Hello friends, I just got finished filming my AuthorTube newbie tag, so that's probably been up for a while, but I kind of wanted to sit down while the light was still up, the camera was still on, I still had my mic on, all that good stuff because I hate setting this up. But hello, welcome to my revision vlog number 1. Maybe it's the only one, who knows? That's a question for future Leah. What is today? Today is January 5th. After Christmas, I spent a few days rereading my Draft Zero for Project Shadows. It's a hot mess. I definitely had a lot of struggles doing that because I felt like, wow, this sucks. I'm a failure as a writer. I'm never gonna get published. No one's ever going to read my stuff and actually like it. But you know, it's a Draft Zero. It's word vomit on the page. It's not supposed to be good. And I just have to keep reminding myself of that as I jump into revisions. I've revised a lot of like school papers, creative writing projects for school, but nothing as big as a novel. I've attempted to revise my other draft. I believe I call it Project Fire. I can't remember. The first book that I wrote. I've attempted to revise it and it has not ended well, but I am determined to actually follow through with this one. I really want to make this the best book that it can be, and I would really love to get it in the hands of readers at some point. So this vlog is going to be real time, me figuring out what the heck I'm doing. I finished the reread, I was taking some notes along the way, and this week I started working on a re-outline for this next draft. My plan is to have an outline done by the end of the week. Based on the pace I'm going at, I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. Yesterday, I spent pretty much all of my time in chapters 1 and 2, and I just could not for the life of me figure out what to do with scene 1. Today I was also kind of thinking about that, but I kind of came to the realization that maybe I don't need what I have as scene 1 right now. I have something for it, like from my Draft Zero, but it's not really working and I couldn't figure out why or what it needs to be. But I think that my problem is that it just doesn't need to be there, that what I have as my second scene is really my first scene. So I'm gonna kind of just combine the two and add in those elements to scene 2 and have that whole scene be the whole chapter for chapter 1. So we're solving problems, we're moving along. I have Save the Cat Writes a Novel and John Truby's Anatomy of Story open on my desk, just at the spots where they talk about plot and structure, and I just constantly am referring to that. They've been such huge help for me so far. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Hopefully I can get the pace picked up a little bit more. I feel like I'm just struggling right now because the beginning is one of the things that I know needs some of the most work, but you know, foundations. Once the beginning's done, the foundation for the middle will be set. Once the middle's done, the foundation for the end will be set, etc. And then hopefully next week I can jump into revising Project Shadows Draft 1. I'm calling this one Draft 1 because my nano writing is Draft 0. It's not a draft. I can see the bones though, which is the important part. Hello friends, I just wanted to pop in for a quick little writing update. It's currently Tuesday the 12th. I don't remember when the first update that I filmed was, but I've been working on my revisions. I am a little bit behind schedule for where I wanted to be. So my plan was last week, the first full week of January, I was going to be working on my outline and just kind of getting all of that set in stone and just being really detailed in each chapter on what happens and how the plot is threaded through all the different like subplots, and I want the twist at the end not to feel sudden. So what I did was I was like, okay, here's the twist. What are all the pieces of evidence that I need to include prior to this, and what are all the things that I need to set up so that this isn't just like a left field out of nowhere kind of thing. And then I started thinking, okay, what chapters do these go in? Where does this feel like a natural place to insert this information without it being like, hey, here's some information? And then also there's a section at the beginning, right at the beginning of Act 2, actually, where there's kind of some dead space in my first draft. I kind of feel like I skipped something important there, like some plot beat that's supposed to happen, and I've been having trouble figuring out what is supposed to go there. I think I'm on the verge of something today. I'm still kind of iffy about that. So what I have outlined so far, I have all of Act 1 outlined. I have all of Act 3 outlined. I changed pretty much everything about Act 3. I think it works better with my characters' arcs and the setup for the next books. I think that all works better. And then I jumped to the midpoint and kind of outlined around the middle, and then I connected the middle to the end. So I pretty much have the second half of the book outlined, and then now I'm working on getting that beginning to middle section finalized, but that's where I'm having the most trouble. My plan was on Monday of this week, so yesterday I guess, my plan was to start my actual revision, chapter 1, rewriting the chapter, including all those new things, that whole deal. Since I'm not done with my outline, part of me doesn't want to start that, part of me does want to start that, because I know what happens in Act 1. Nothing that I'm going to outline after this is going to affect chapter 1, basically. So what I've been doing yesterday and today is I start the day kind of doing some outlining and brainstorming for that, and then I bounce over to chapter 1 and start my revision, and then I'll bounce back over to the outline, and so I'm kind of just like flipping back and forth between the two, and I think that that is going to be a good way to get my momentum up for the writing and also get me in the heads of the characters that might help connect those dots that I need to connect in the outline. I kind of realized that this is actually what I did for my zero draft as well, is I was at a place in my outline where I was kind of like, I don't know what else to add on this. And so I just kind of started bouncing back and forth between my outline and my draft. And then by the time I was done drafting Act 1, I pretty much had my whole outline figured out. I think that method works really well for me. I think that's all I'm going to do for writing for today. We just found out that we'll probably be heading up to my husband's side of the family to spend time with them. There was a death in the family, so the rest of this week I am changing my plans up a little bit. I think I'm going to focus on my editing clients right now and getting the work done for them. If you didn't know, I started freelance editing, yay! I can't remember if I've said that in a video before this video is going up. But yeah, I'm going to get that work done for them, and then if I have time this weekend, I can work on my own stuff because that's a little bit more flexible. Hello again. Today is the 21st. I am nowhere near where I wanted to be at this point in my revisions because the thing is, I mentioned how this past weekend I had to go to a funeral. Well, that obviously kind of made me switch up some of my plans, and also with this whole Fiverr editing thing, I think I've bitten off a little bit more than I can chew at the moment, mainly because I'm kind of doing some like trial and error and I'm figuring out what workload works best for me. I'm at a spot where I can get my stuff done, but I'm not at a spot where I can get my stuff done plus also work on my own projects. So that's the dilemma I'm having right now. Also, yeah, there's 2 random boards leaning against my wall. I'm gonna make a blanket ladder soon, so that'll be fun. Those are gonna be the rungs. I'll cut them in half and put them on there. Sorry, it's weird to like be looking at the camera and pointing because my arm isn't like moving in the way that I expect it to. Anyways, I'm gonna make that and stain it. It's gonna be nice and pretty. But as for revisions, I don't think I've done anything basically since I last updated you. I'm still working on chapter 1. I am feeling good about it. Like, I'm feeling good about what I have so far, even though it's very little, and I'm feeling good about the outline. It's just a matter of still not having the time to actually work on it. So the beginning of this blog kind of sucks because I haven't done anything. The book that I'm editing right now is due on the 25th, and so I kind of have just been working on that this week, and I'm going to just try to crank out as much of that as I can, and then I think I'm just going to take a pause from Fiverr for a little bit, just to give myself time to get back into the swing of working on my own revisions. And I also like haven't had time to do any YouTube stuff either. It's a whole thing. I didn't want this to become something that detracted from my own writing, but right now it is, so that's frustrating. Hello again. Today is Tuesday, the 26th, I think? Something like that. About 9 a.m. I have my coffee, I've had my breakfast, and I'm excited about today because yesterday I finally finished that Fiverr project that I was working on. Today I have none of that and I can just focus on my revisions, which is good because, as I've said, I am not where I want to be right now. So today I'm going to basically just spend the whole day working on that. I'm going to power through and try to get as much as I can done, and then hopefully I will have some good progress by the end of the week. Right now, about 1,400 words into chapter 1, so that's probably about half of the chapter, maybe a little bit more than half. But yes, I am so freaking excited. I feel like I haven't worked on this in forever, and so it's making my heart happy to be focusing on my own story again. But I will keep you updated. Today is going to be my big push, and then I mean, I'm still going to be working on it pretty hard for the rest of the week too, but I really want to push myself and see how much I can get done today. I think the only other thing that I need to do is I was going to film a video later on today, which I need to finish making some notes for that as well. But that shouldn't take like too much time. So yes, let's get writing. I've gotten through 1,951 words today, so we're doing good. I'm not quite done with chapter 1, but I'm getting there. It's almost 2 o'clock, and I still haven't filmed the video that I wanted to film, or even like looked at the notes or touched the notes that I need to finish for it. But I kind of want to just finish this chapter today. I really hate having to film and edit a video all in one day because it just kind of takes up so much time, but I might end up having to do that tomorrow because since I haven't been able to work on this for so long, I like just feel drawn to powering through and trying to do as much on this draft as I can today. So I have moved locations. I've been working at my desk pretty much the whole day, but I just moved into the bedroom just to kind of like switch things up and get my brain working again. I'm starting to hit the like afternoon slump, but we got this. I'm happy with my progress so far, and I think that I can continue to get some good stuff done today. Good morning. Today is Friday the 28th, and I think today is going to be the last day of the vlog. I started editing it, and so we're getting to a good place to stop. Yesterday I ended up having to edit and upload a video. That was the like idea to final draft making of my short film video, and so I didn't get done with that until like 1-ish, and my brain was just exhausted, and so instead of writing I just worked on more YouTube stuff and I started editing this vlog. So today I'm focusing totally on revisions, and we're gonna get as much done as we can. I'm about like halfway through chapter 2, so I'm gonna finish chapter 2 today, and I'm hoping I can get into chapter 3. I don't think I'll finish it, but it would be nice to. And then the other thing I realized I wanted to do was in my zero draft there are a ton of places where I didn't come up with the names for the people or things, and so I just have like name in all caps in like a bunch of different spots. So I'm having to come up with names this go around, and I don't want to lose track of those things because some of them do come up later. So what I want to do before I get too far ahead of myself is I want to make a document where I can just record all of the names, the people, the places, all of that sort of thing. And I can organize it later, but I just want a place that I can just throw all that stuff as I'm writing. So I'll need to go back through chapter 1 to figure out all of the different things that I named in chapter 1. But other than that, I think it's time to get to work. I have my coffee right over here. It's like very full, so I'm trying to be careful. I have a bagel for breakfast. As usual, that's like always what I eat for breakfast. But yeah, time to get to work. Hi friends, voice over Leah here. I definitely filmed a clip for this outro, but I just can't find it anywhere. So I must have just like not pressed record. Anyways, basically all I said was that I did end up finishing chapter 2. I did not move on to chapter 3, but I did also do that names list thing that I was talking about. And in the process of doing that, I decided that I would make a compiled version of my book in Word. So I write in Scrivener normally, but I wanted to kind of as I go put the chapters into like standard manuscript format. And in the process of doing that, I went through chapters 1 and 2 and did like a grammar, spelling, punctuation cleanup, just so that once I'm done, it's all there, it's all clean, and I can just send it to my beta readers. I mean, it was kind of procrastinating moving on to chapter 3, but also still productive, and it's definitely something that I want to do and want to continue to do as I move on through the chapters. But that is all. Sorry this revision vlog was so lame, but that's just life. Things come up, and you know, we just gotta keep doing the writing thing. Okay, yeah, bye.